Welcome to negotiations between SEIU and the district. I think we'll get started with a quick round of introductions.
Tim, I'll stop you right there. I don't think introductions are necessary. Everybody knows who everybody is. Look, we don't envy your position, right? We understand that the state of Florida has chosen to fund education completely in an unfair manner to the way it funds everything else. We understand that. But you struck a very bad deal with the PBA and the CTA, and it screwed us yesterday. The board sat up here and screwed every one of these employees, and it was because of you. You need to understand that. You need to understand that every deal you strike has, no, you're not stopping me at all. No, you are not stopping me. Let me tell you right now, you screwed every employee that we represent, more than 6,700 employees, and you screwed them with a Me Too clause. So the board said, it's unfortunate. I think that, and I don't know, because they couldn't voice their actual opinions, but I think it was pretty clear that the board understood that there should be proportional sacrifice by your employees. I think the board understood that these employees who make less than everybody else that you employ should pay less for health insurance, because everybody who needs health care needs health care. It should be a basic necessity. So let me tell you what our proposals are today. And this applies to every unit that we represent and every negotiation that you have scheduled for today. We propose, we need an 11.5% across the board. And what that does is it makes up for the market inequalities that we experience in almost every position that we represent. What it does is it makes up for the inequalities that we experience in the health insurance premium increases that were imposed upon us by these people sitting right up here. We want an 11.5% across the board. Everything else can stay status quo for 1 year. We'll reopen the entire contract in September. 11.5% across the board, 1 year status quo on everything else, or we declare impasse and we waive special magistrate and we request to be on the next agenda before this board again at their soonest availability. That's it.
Okay. I just would like to say, though, that we do conduct ourselves a little differently than that.
You know what?
I don't appreciate
You've conducted yourself this way for many, many years. You've walked over your employees for many, many years. That's not going to happen anymore. It's not going to happen anymore.
It's just not true.
We have a voice, and we're going to express it. We don't have control. They make the final decision, but we have a voice. And you will hear it.
We have heard the voice. We have collaborated with SEIU for years, respectfully.
You have. I don't disagree with that.
But your
until it comes to an end, listen, when it comes to an end, there is a point where it's, okay, we can't tolerate this anymore. We have employees. Our average wage, like I said yesterday, our average wage is $28,000. Tim, try living on $28,000 in Palm Beach County. You can't do it.
I'm not going to argue against that point. But the pot of money that we have is the pot of money that we have. And you know that.
I understand that.
We all understand that.
And how you
apportion that money. If there was a different amount of money that we had, we can look at things a little differently.
I got it.
But I
listen,
also want to say
you have a 1% sales tax that you've included teachers, you've included your capital expenditures. You know how you haven't included? Everybody sitting at this table. The people of Palm Beach County have been very clear. They support employees. The people of Palm Beach County have been very clear. They support the school district. How about including us?
Not every employee group is included in that. Just so
nobody sitting at this table is included.
Correct. I'd argue that I don't think anybody on of us are on that either.
I understand.
Okay. Right.
I don't think you're underpaid.
I understand. I will say that I don't have authority to go to 11%.
Okay, 11 and a half, by the way.
11.5%. I don't have authority for that.
But you had it for the police. I mean, the number should ring a bell.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
So we did just settle with the police. They got a base salary increase of 4%. So
Well, base salary. They
Yes.
earn more than that.
we pay people based on market positions, market rates.
So what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say to our custodians? What are you trying to say to our
I'm
bus
saying
drivers?
that the way we're funded by the state allows us to pay to the market of what those positions cost. They don't
You
allow us to
have-
pay everybody the same wage.
You got
They
more
just
money
don't.
than that, Tim. You got more money than that.
That's your
I understand.
belief. I understand that too.
It's not an ability to pay issue. It's a willingness to pay issue. You've got to be more willing. Here's our offer. Our offer is 11.5%. Everything else stays status quo for a year. That's it.
Okay, we reject that offer.
Okay. That's it.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.